We have to stand up for each other. These attacks have to stop. All these transphobic cops, we don't need them. Morgan. Those of you that know Erica Morgan from Newark, New Jersey, she was murdered, taken from me, of all people. This has to stop. For you that did this to this young woman, you're going to pay for this. Either jail or someone is going to do it to you. So all my trans women, we got to stand up for each other. Yes. Right here. Right now.
They're letting all these things happen to us girls. They need to be held accountable for what they're done to. And we also need solidarity. We need to stand in solidarity lane.
So when the NYPD comes to us and says they don't know who did it, they didn't see it, not only are those cameras there, but it was also recorded by somebody else. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So the NYPD needs to step up and tell us who did this and give us some pictures and let us find these people. Definitely.
And any social networking.
Yes.
Check YouTube. Because people love putting stuff like that on YouTube.
Who else? We got somebody come up here.
I would like any of the men here to pledge any solidarity with us. Any one of our brothers here who would like to make a pledge and set up an example for their fellow men. Anyone?
Folks, we cannot remain silent. If we remain silent, this is going to continue to happen. You guys have the floor right now. You got a bunch of cameras.
So I'll say something as a trans masc, as a trans man who lives in this community and is married to a black trans woman, that every day we walk through this community, we experience harassment and brutality. And even all the brutality I've experienced my whole life, it's not even a lick of what my wife gets as a trans woman. When we get on the train, when we walk in the street, when we go anywhere, people think it's okay to take their phones out, to say whatever they want to say, to make our lives unsafe. We could be doing anything that anybody else is doing. When we shop at the store, when we go anywhere, we get the police called on us when we tell them that we're being harassed. And the only people that support us is our community here. Mm-hmm. And not really the media, though. I'm glad to see that these people are out here. So as a trans man, as a masculine person, people need to stand up and stand up for trans women, trans people who are being harassed, use their privilege, use anything you have, any of the resources you have to protect us because we're being murdered. Trans women are being murdered and killed. And the reports, people are not even reporting the harassment. We don't even report the harassment we deal with every day. This is going unreported. So just these little bits that you're seeing are the stuff that's getting out there. And it's important for all the masculine people, despite your gender, to stand up for trans people and to know that our lives are at stake. And that when you see us and we're going through something, if you don't do something, you're just another bystander who's letting us die, who's letting us be part 1, part 2, part 3 of a video that goes on Facebook and on YouTube. So please use your presence, use your power to be there, whether you're male or you're female, you're trans, you have a gender, you have an identity, you have power. So please use that to support your community.
You have a voice.
I don't know why I just did that.
We have someone who's going to say a couple of words.
Yes.
Oh, you like to speak over there? Like to speak over there?
I'll speak over here.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Jay Ruin. I am the president, I'm the founder of the Brooklyn Bike Patrol. What we've been doing for the last 3 years, we walk people home late at night from train stations and bus stops. You go to our Facebook page, all my guys have been background checked by some prison in Brooklyn. Okay? I'm also trying to start the Brooklyn Bike Patrol Dog Division where people with big dogs, Pit Bull, German Shepherd, Rottweiler, get to walk you home. This is all for free, folks. All right? We're open on Sundays to Thursdays from 8 p.m. to 12 midnight. Fridays and Saturdays from 10 p.m. to 4 o'clock in the morning. So if you want to party, we'll party with you, okay? Listen, our motto is this. If you're from the planet Earth, we'll walk you home. So don't be afraid. Follow us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter. Brooklyn Bike Patrol. My name is Jay Ruiz. God bless you all. Thank you very much. Thank you.
We have next up Cecilia Gentile, right? Gentili. Cecilia Gentili.
Hey, you guys, thank you for being here. It's very sad having to come to a night like this. As a resident of the area, I find this crazy. I cannot believe that this is happening in my neighborhood. I do not want to have another Eli Needles in Brooklyn. We cannot let that happen. As a transgender person, as a woman of color, and as somebody that lives in the great state of New York, I cannot let this happen again. Thank you all for being here. I am so glad to see people from the neighborhood telling us that we are welcome here, that not all is horrible as it seems to be. I really appreciate that. I appreciate seeing people from religious backgrounds telling us that we are welcome. That's all we want. We want to be welcome. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for being a part of this fight that cannot end today. We have to keep going. Equality for everybody. Thank you.
Yeah, clergy, please. You, yes, you're clergy.
And that if the stories that are being told tonight are difficult to understand, then you need to listen to our trans brothers and sisters. They are children of God, and they deserve to have their stories told and to be heard and to be understood. And if we don't understand, we can't protect, we can't love. So please listen to the stories that are being told. Reach out, find stories, and you will find stories of courage and identity and people who are seeking to be loved in a world that they deserve to live in, live free, and live happy. Please listen to these brothers and sisters of ours.
Amen.
Tanya Walker, she's a survivor in our community. She's been through a lot. She's a fierce hero, a fierce warrior.
Hi, I'm Tanya Walker. I'm a veteran of the U.S. Army. I currently live in Harlem, and I'm disgusted with the attacks on trans women, black trans women of color in New York City and around the world. Islam Nettles is a perfect example of what happens when a trans person is attacked for living their truth. She was killed in front of a police precinct and nothing was done. I guess, you know, with that gay panic defense, that's what's getting these people off. We need to come up with a law and get rid of that gay panic defense and trans panic defense so that people will not be getting away with killing people just because they don't like them or hate them. I've been working in the community for more than 20 years. And I've been seeing violence against trans women. I've seen them being beaten, robbed, and all over New York City. And it's not fair. What trans people need, they need housing, they need health care, and they need education in New York City and around the world. And that's why I'm here. Thank you.
Woo! Please don't fuck with us. We're here. We're queer. We're fabulous. Don't fuck with us. We're here. We're queer. We're fabulous. Don't fuck with us. We're here. We're queer. We're fabulous. Don't fuck with us. We're here. We're queer. We're fabulous. Don't fuck with us. We're here. We're transgender. We're fabulous. Don't fuck with us. We're here. We're here. We're transgender.
Sisters are out here, and we gotta come together, and we gotta get this together because y'all need to understand we are a powerful people, and we want to help society. We want to help everybody. That was our little sister that someone attacked, and that really hit our community hard. It might not seem like it, but trust me, it hit our community hard. And we know that whoever's doing all these attacks is scared. But if y'all need a hug or something, then come and get a hug first. Don't attacking is not the way, because after you run after somebody, you never know if they're going to come after you.
Yes.
Sorry. Oh.
All right.
I'm here as a cisgender woman in solidarity with my trans sisters because we are all human and we all deserve the same rights and the same respect.
Yes.
Anyone else from the community? Anybody? Anybody can just say a couple of words?
Come on up. Your name? Rosa.
Come on, you're
I'm a
next.
cisgendered woman, and I will say that this isn't a crime against the trans community. It's a crime against our community, and is our obligation and privilege as people who live here to stand as allies with people.
We have someone over here too. A couple words.
My name's Mitchell. I'm a youth leader at Streetwise and Safe, and there's a lot of us out from Streetwise and Safe today. But I want to take a moment for us to really look at the strategies and the things that we're doing to keep our community safe, and to really honor us in doing that. We're out here right now. We're finding ways to stay safe outside of the police. We're watching the cops. We're standing up for each other. And just really hold that as well, that we keep our community safe. And we're doing that every day, and we're doing that right now. Thank you.
But I want to talk about trickle-down violence. The fact that the police in our city profile transgender women of color and arrest them and harass them on a daily basis is directly related to the violence that we are talking about here tonight. Thank you.
My name is Olympia Perez from Black Trans Media, and I want to say that we should continue to support Black trans folks, and we should continue to see the light in our voice and not be diminished and not feel like we have to diminish that voice because what others are saying around us. And as trans people, we have a voice, and we should not let our transgender experience silence the violence that is placed on our Black trans bodies every day. And I feel like a lot of people here come out and we share space, but you don't really see the strength that you have in coming here, period. And I feel like we need to just continue to come together when we have these things happen in these communities that we're from, and continue to show out and continue to support the people here. And yeah, that's it.
Olympia just talked a little bit about it. Black Lives Matter. And there's a huge African American community here in Brooklyn. And I just want to just make people think about it, you know. Really, Black Lives Matter, but all lives matter. Even transgender, Black transgender women. I mean, like, a lot of times they're the ones that are the most targeted, the most objectified, tokenized, and just, I mean, we don't, the African American community doesn't stand out for Black transgender women. I don't know what that is about. You know, we need to have African Americans embrace all African Americans first, as a family that they are. The same way we want all Hispanics, and we want all women to embrace all women, whether transgender or cisgender. We're talking about all women, and we should be including every policy. We should be including every policy in the government with the women's policy, because we are women of trans experience and we have our own needs, but we are all women at the end of the day. As you know, violence, there's a war against women, and we are at the front. We are at the forefront of this battle, because no one shows out for us. And when we go to our families, they are not transgender families, they are cis families, and we're trying to make them understand, you know, how much support we need from them. We need a lot of support from everybody. So thank you for being here, and we have
as well as that, some statistics that you may want to know. 41% of transgender people have attempted suicide. 58% of transgender people's families have rejected them. Okay, these are horrible statistics, and they don't seem to be going down. I have Lala over here that would like to say a couple words. Lala?
Brooke. B-R-O-K.
Lala.
Lala,
here's transgender activists in the community.
C-E-R-D-A.
Number?
That I want to thank everybody
I don't know about how
for
I have
being
to
here
give
today.
you a little while.
And that all of us came together so fast.
This is my
and
email.
it's sad that the police
gmail.com.
could not even find this
All
person
together.
as fast. So we have to be accountable for each other. And I just encourage all of us, whenever you see acts of violence, to call the ABP hotline at 212-714-1141. You can report acts of violence any time of day and you do not have to leave your name. That way we're taking accountability for our own lives.
Our streets! Our streets! Our streets! Our streets! Our streets! Our streets! Our streets!
Stand up, fight back! Transgender people under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back!
Transgender people under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back!
Transgender people under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back!
Transgender people under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back!
When LGBT people are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back!
When LGBT people are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back!
When LGBT people are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back!
I'm sorry, excuse me, let's make a part. This one comes on.
Make up artists where you at.
I just wanted to feel it. That's all it was.
Just slow, really slow. Just because folks back there. Just because these folks aren't even coming out.
Yeah.
Hold on. They're still back there.
Hey, how are you?
Our streets! 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 Hey, hey! Ho, ho! Transphobia's got to go! 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 Hey, hey! Ho, ho!
Transphobia's got to go!
Hey, hey! Ho, ho!
Transphobia's got to go!
Our streets!
Whose streets?
Our streets! Our streets! Our streets! Our streets! Our streets! Our streets! Our streets!